welcome to another Mad Hatter review. So we are 2 weeks from the end of the campaign. We are right at the halfway mark, and I always said that at the halfway mark there was a character that I wanted to introduce. Now, before we get into this character, I do want to say that there's sort of like a plan moving forward, just so everybody knows, okay? There's a lot of ideas for new characters. When I first started FLAK-R, just within the first few months, I had pretty much like 3 or 4 characters that back then I knew I wanted to make, and also a vehicle. Well, technically 2 vehicles I knew that I wanted to make. And they're not big pie-in-the-sky vehicles. I think they're very, very doable, okay? One of them is like the size of like a sky sled comparatively. But the other ones, I think, will be very fun, will be very vivid, and they don't have anything to do with like FLAK-R, okay? Meaning like the FLAK-R look or anything like that. But the success of this campaign is going to hopefully help us make that, okay? But this particular campaign is all about FLAK-R. It all revolves around FLAK-R and FLAK-R adjacent things. However, I would be lying if I said that there wasn't a character that I wanted to introduce. Not just one, but like I'm talking about this guy right now. Introduce him really from the beginning, okay? He might be the first character that I came up with after FLAK-R. I even had a sketch of him. I have a few sketches of him right here, because I believe this campaign will only feel complete with a hero and a villain. Now, you're asking like, hey, isn't FLAK-R the villain already? Well, FLAK-R is technically a jerk-off, okay? He's a flipper. He rips people off, but in a weird way, he's like an anti-hero in Nefarity, okay? Because Nefarity is full of scumbags, and FLAK-R, for the most part, he's just out for himself, okay? He's almost like a Boba Fett type character, where in this land there does exist good guys and also like evil, like the big evil empire. So he is the lesser of other evils that exist. My fantasy of this campaign, which so far I've been I feel like achieving the dream that I wanted all this time, is getting at least a hero and a villain, a good guy and a bad guy, so that if there was nothing else made for this line, for the champions in Nefarity, you would at least have those 2 things on your shelf, okay? So the inspiration for this guy, again, he came pretty quickly after FLAK-R. It started because of like people online that, you would try to buy stuff from, or maybe on OfferUp you try to sell something to, and they would just flake on you, okay? They would just like not show up or no show, or, you'd ask him, hey, how much for that? And they wouldn't answer your questions. Or maybe you're selling something, you're trying to get rid of your collection. I was trying to sell a bunch of Funkos, and people would hit me up, hey, how much for this thing? And I'd give them a price and then never hear from them, okay? Or they'd be like, hey, I'm very interested. Can we like meet up or something? Yeah, cool. Never hear from them. Just ghost you, okay? So I turn my pain, same with FLAK-R, into lore, okay? And so I have this character right here, and by the way, at the end of this video, you will be able to buy this character on a Kickstarter, okay? So here is the deal with where this character comes from. So FLAK-R, back in the day, before catch-up, he was around Nefarity trying to like flip stuff, okay? But it's a hard life for a flipper. And one day, he got into it. Some guys that caught him flipping, and they beat the crap out of him, okay? He got a busted-up face. That face, by the way, is a stretch goal that we're thinking of. It's just like busted-up flipper face. And he decided on that day, hey, man, I'm going to need some help. I'm going to need some backup. Now, he didn't have Catcha at that time, so he wasn't that technically savvy, but he tried to build his first bot, okay? Now, if you know, we are selling some bots. Bots are part of the lore, but this was the very first bot that FLAK-R tried to build. Before Catcha was the one building all his bots for him. But the problem is, FLAK-R is not a very good bot maker. He's not a very good engineer. And this bot didn't come out that well. It was made to help him and protect him when he goes like to like Tarjay runs or to get stuff that he can flip, but it was inherently lazy, okay? It would just no show. It just watched TV all the time. It's just like, I don't know, like smoked weed, just ate too much, just always had like different excuses why it didn't show up. The bot did not want to work, okay? He would talk to it all the time. He would reprimand it, okay? He would call him like a fucking lazy asshole. That's what he would do. It would just be sitting on the couch and in his lair and be like, hey, you fucking lazy asshole bot, can you get up and like help me out? But he just couldn't get into it, okay? It was bad programming. So at one point, FLAK-R was like, you know what? Screw this guy, and he dumped him on the side of the road, okay? Dumped him in some fantasy cavernous type place, okay? And he thought that he was done. But this thing survived. It survived, and a mysterious evil force resurrected it, built it up again, gave him super strength, and he gave him these enchanted brass knuckles, okay? And when he asked him what your name is going to be, he basically remembered. He remembered his father that created him, his Geppetto. And he said, you know what? That guy used to always call me a fucking lazy asshole, okay? So I'm going to take that and I'm going to embrace it. And it was that day that he became FLAK-R, the fucking lazy asshole killer robot, okay? So FLAK-R is, he's like a doppelganger villain of FLAK-R, except he's crazy. Okay, batshit crazy, and he will stop at nothing to fuck over FLAK-R, okay? And his main thing that he does to fuck him over is he makes deals with people as FLAK-R, because for some reason, even though he's this color, people think that he's FLAK-R, but then he just no-shows on them. Or people will ask him for stuff, and he no-shows, okay? See, he will just consistently flake on people, and then people will get upset at FLAK-R and be like, hey, you were going to sell me this piss tank. What the hell happened? And he'll be like, that's not me. That's FLAK-R, okay? I wouldn't flake on you, but he's just ruining his reputation. He's also batshit crazy, okay? FLAK-R is, here's a picture of him. He's just batshit crazy, and he hates FLAK-R. So he'll even murder people that FLAK-R is trying to make a deal with because he doesn't care. He is a robot that just he has no morals. He doesn't give a shit. And yeah, here you go. He's got the little flip life enchanted brass knuckles, okay? This is how he fights, basically. This is like his weapon of choice. This is how he kills people, because he's all about the flip life, but he'll kill you with with those flip life brass knuckles. And then here he is with the tongue out. He's just an incredible asshole, okay? So that is the lore of FLAK-R, the fucking lazy asshole killer robot. And, you know, he is a villain. He is a thorn in FLAK-R's side. He is a reminder of FLAK-R's negligence and his arrogance and him abandoning him. Also, who is the mysterious figure that resurrected FLAK-R when he was abandoned and built him up again and gave him those enchanted knuckles? We don't know, but we might find out in the next wave, okay? So here's the deal. You can get FLAK-R right now, okay? So what he comes with is his regular head is a beat up head, and the reason why is because, remember, FLAK-R created him in his image after he got his ass kicked, okay? So he was all bruised up when he scanned himself, so that is the standard head for FLAK-R, okay? But he also has an alternate head where he tries to make himself, he can only do it temporarily, but tries to make himself look like FLAK-R, okay? He's got the red Terminator eye there. So that's like the I'm trying to look like FLAK-R head, but his real head is this monstrous beat up head. Now the thing with him is it didn't make sense that he would come with the stopwatch and the staff of FOMO, because those are enchanted items that are only for FLAK-R. So instead of that, he does come, I want to repeat, he does come with an extra head. Regular FLAK-R does not. But he also comes with two sets of hands, okay? The first set of hands is devil horn hands, okay? Because he's an asshole. That's what he does. So he's got the devil horn hands, kind of like he's got them right here. And then he comes with the two fists with the flip life right here. I already showed it, but there you go. You can get it right there. And yeah, that's how he beats the shit out of people with those enchanted brass knuckles. He also has his own catcha that he comes with called gotcha, okay? Because he wants to just mock FLAK-R and just basically cut him off on every turn and seem like FLAK-R. And again, people in this land, they just fall for it. Nobody really says, hey, why are you blue? Or people that do think that, they're just too afraid of him because he's a maniac. But it is definitely a problem with the intellect in Nefarity. But yeah, he's got gotcha here. And Gotcha is also an asshole, okay? But Gotcha will come with FLAK-R. Also, on the subject of things that are appropriate for his accessories, he does not have the Cloak of Tarjay, okay? The Cloak of Tarjay is a unique, it's like the Scepter of FOMO. It is a unique 1-out-of-1 item that it's a treasure that only Flipboard has. However, because FLAK-R always wants to get the drop on Flipboard, he has acquired another cloak, something that he uses to pick up sales that Flipboard maybe wishes he could get, okay? He has the Shroud of Walmaria. Yes, that's right. In the land of Nefarity, there is a Tarjay marketplace, but there is also a gigantic marketplace on the hilltop, okay? Fortified by these walls. Everybody hates it there. Everybody says that place stinks. Everybody hates buying stuff from there. It sells out. It screws over collectors all the time. It is called Walmaria. And just like the Cloak of Tarjay, the Shroud of Walmaria allows FLAK-R to get in there, pose as an employee, get all the stuff, or maybe he hacks into the mainframe and he restricts, us from like buying shit at a collector con or whatever. He just causes all kinds of chaos, all right? And also uses the goods that he acquires to, I don't know, maybe flake on some people as well, okay? Because that's what he does per his name. And the other thing is you can also get this bundle, okay? A FLAK-R bundle, because FLAK-R, he's trying to copy Flipboard, so he has his own bots, his own killer bots. And if you get the FLAK-R bundle, it comes with those 2 bots. There is a price reduction in that bundle, and you get the tongue out head for extra assholeness, okay? If you want to really just have the tongue out and yeah, what's up, and just do that shit, you can have him do that as he fucking flakes on people and then shows up and said, hey, fuck you, I wasn't planning on selling you shit anyway. So that is FLAK-R. And also, by the way, you can buy the individual bots as well, okay? I love the colorway on these things. I think they'll go real good fighting Flipboard's bots. So this is a character. I can't believe I'm actually pitching this. I've had this character in my head for a long time, just because, like, I don't know. I think it could just be so much fun just to have this, like, almost like this neglected child that hates Flipboard for basically abandoning him and just fucking him over on at every turn, and just being just a murderous, obnoxious asshole while you're at it as well. So if you guys are liking this character, if you like a FLAK-R, if you have ever been flaked on or have gotten those messages like, hey, I'm interested, and then you never hear from the guy, that's FLAK-R, okay? That's his whole fucking thing. Remember, the fucking lazy asshole killer robot. So he is up right now. Grab him. Grab a single. You grab a single for $49. It comes again with the gotcha. Grab a few of them. Get an enemy for your Flipboard, okay? Because we're moving this line ahead, okay? We are doing something with this line, and FLAK-R is a major character, okay? By the way, I'm a big fan of characters that are like the inverse of our heroes. That's why I love Venom, Slash. I'm just a sucker for that. So FLAK-R, I'm very, very excited for this guy. So you can get him now. Put a link in the description, and add him to your bundle. Get him $49. The bundle is $130. Comes with the extra head, and you can get yourself some bots too. So that's it. 2 weeks until the end of this, and I was really excited for this, and this one was hard to hold back. Some people that know about this were like, you should have just said it all from the beginning. I didn't want to. I wanted to kind of piece out this lore, but I've been really working on this, and I've had these in my head for a long time, and some other characters for a long time. And I think, again, this could be like a real funny meta kind of line that we can really turn into something that not only sort of takes the piss out of, like, 80s and 90s cartoons, but also our own culture as like toy collectors, okay? So if you do like this, if you want to support it, if you want a good guy and a bad guy, you got to have a good guy and a bad guy, all right? He-Man, Skeletor, you got to do the fucking thing. Get FLAK-R. Do not flake out on FLAK-R. Kickstarter link in the description. Thank you very much. See you guys later. Bye-bye.